It's Madden NFL 24, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Titans and the Saints coming up next.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Today, it's the opener of the 2023 NFL season, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the New Orleans Saints. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here to begin 2023.
It's always fun to get a new season started, isn't it, partner? Because everyone feels like they've got a shot at the defending champs.
A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. Jerick McKinnon now to return. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it. Sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards. From the 31, here's 2nd and 3. This is a counter play, Eckler. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They go play action with Burrow. That is caught. Room to maneuver at the 35. And down to the 27-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 40 yards.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I'd never give enough credit to the offensive line. And we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop. And that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and give it instead to Eckler. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. Down right around the 25. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Burrow. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. That's Derek Barnett coming in and making the play. And that sack there, that likely brings out the field goal unit, so they might have to settle for 3 here on their opening drive.
They did some nice things getting things started there, moving the ball downfield, but taking that sack on 3rd down, it lets the air out of the momentum balloon just a little bit.
They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield. Mission accomplished. Points on the board.
So here are the Titans now for their first drive. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Play action. It's Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. I have to imagine many defensive coordinators had a sleepless night trying to game plan ways to slow down Lamar Jackson. What do you think is the most effective way to try to do it?
Well, you've got to be a little counterintuitive because normally you're sitting on the wide receiver one, aren't you? But with Lamar Jackson, I'd sit on the tight end. He loves to throw into the middle of the field, loves that position as his number one target. Take that away and hope you have a corner who can stand up man-to-man against a speed guy in the perimeter.
Jackson will throw again. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Well, for the Titans in 2023, they figure to be a team that battles for a division title. At least that's what it looks like from my vantage point, Charles. What do you think needs to go right for them to win the AFC South?
I think some retooling, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And when you start with the offensive line, their pride and joy, they've got to rebuild that part of the team because that's the engine that makes their offense run. Everything comes off the fact that their offensive line usually controls the line of scrimmage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. And his throw here is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside.
Burrow looking to pass. And that is incomplete.
That's well done defensively. They get the pressure they needed on 3rd down. All the receivers are locked up tight, and they force that quarterback to just throw it away.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Fielded at the 33. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Clifford to throw on 2nd down.
And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. 5 yards yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of his way, though, as he begins his career.
Titus Howard, right tackle, the man flagged for that one.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Jackson.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Marty, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
And Jackson throwing once more. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Cook up the gut. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Up the middle, it's Cook. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. They go play action with Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on rips like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. 3-3, a tight one after one on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone. It looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
On second down, here's Jackson. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's got it to Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Second down and a yard.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. First grab for Thomas. It's good for a first down as well.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Pass complete. Finds Thomas going across the middle.
10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down.
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's first and goal.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line. First down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Michael Thomas from a yard out. And the Titans have taken the lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. New Orleans offense back out and ready to go.
Well, it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The Saints on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now they go play action now. Burrow. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, or former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off. So you feel that at the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays. So let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
From the 47 now, that work with a 2nd and 7.
Now it's Jackson. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. From the gun, Jackson. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Play action. Now Jackson. And Graham's got it. Complete. No gain on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
To return, it's McKinnon.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on first down. Now Burrow. And he slings one that's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
The game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd and 1, Burrow.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Now it's Burrow.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
To the air again, Burrow. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
3rd down and 1.
Here's Burrow.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a big conversion there on third down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Burrow will throw.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Now it's Burrow. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, the Joker. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. This pass caught. It's Woods. Touchdown. Jelani Woods, 26 yards. And the Saints get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Gano the extra point, and the lead down to 3 at 13-10. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And a Jelani Woods touchdown catch kept things off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Jackson from the shotgun. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. It's taken to the 26.
And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. His throw incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Trying to lay one up deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And they say officially it's a 68-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Man, that is deflating going into the break. You're in a position with a chance to tie the game, but this kick is off the mark, and they're going to remain 3 points down heading into the break.
Santos' kick is up and through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2. Jackson now off the bootleg. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the first down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanting the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass and you blew coverage on, what did you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time we'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Burrow's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Burrow on play action.
Open man downfield is Judy. He's got it.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for 28 yards.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on first down. Eckler now between the tackles. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Nice play by Jerry Hughes to drop him behind the line.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Burrow looking to pass. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Gano's kick is good, and the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Tennessee offense set to go again. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Jackson. Got a man here, it's Wilson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now Jackson.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they dropped it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And after that play, we've got an injury, and it appears to be to Cortland Sutton.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
First down, here's the run with Cook. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
2nd and 5.
Now Cook running right. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Now Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
To return, it's McKinnon.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience,
Julio Jones all alone. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 46 yards.
the timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Gano's kick is good. And they will bring the deficit back down to 3. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Now 2nd and 3.
They go play action now. Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Play action. It's Jackson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Bobby Wagner multiple times in All-Pro in there dropping for a loss.
Here's Bradley Pena now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Taking it about the 36. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
The Saints again ready to go on offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
They go play action with Burrow. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Jonathan Allen in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Open man, he completes it to Judy.
Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Now Burrow. this here as he's taken down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. The connection made. It's Graham. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw.
It's Graham again with a catch, just like the last play. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Here's Jackson. And Graham's got it. Complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. This to Graham on the short pass. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Throwing is Jackson.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now Burrow on 1st down. Over the middle, hauled in by Lane. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 2.
Now it's Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And it's fielded at the 34.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Nice little juke. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
49 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A good first down call as the screenplay gets them 9. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. A give. This is Cook. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A give to Cook out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Now we get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And he is going to have a Titans first down, and that should just about do it.
And they will take a knee here. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. They'll try the right side here with White. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
And this is where the middle part of the game comes into play. Defense is out of timeouts. Just hold on to the football. No sense really trying to score. They should be able to run this one out.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down. Defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Tennessee, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.